So this right here is the new Tata Curvv EV, and this is one of the most affordable coupe electric SUVs you can buy in the Indian market right now. So what is a coupe SUV? A coupe SUV is a mix of both a traditional SUV and a coupe. It typically features a more streamlined, sporty design with a lower and a sleek roofline. And that's exactly what Tata Motors have done. They've taken an SUV, they've added sporty elements to it, and they've given it a slightly lower roofline compared to the normal SUVs. So what is the new Tata Curvv EV all about? What are the features it gets? What is the battery pack options? What is the range? And most importantly, so the new Curvv EV be on your radar when you're out in the market to buy a new electric SUV. What's the complete video to find it all out? This is Harshit and you're watching Times of India Auto. First, let's talk about the new key of the Tata Curvv EV. So this is the new key for the EV, which gets a piano black touch with a silver finish on both ends, and it gets 4 buttons. One is for the unlock and to turn on the headlamps, and one for the boot and one for the lock. In terms of design, the Curvv EV looks very similar to the concept model that was showcased back in April 2022. At front, it borrows the design cues from the Nexon, Harrier and Safari. It gets a full width LED strip in the front with split headlamps below. The EV gets center mounted charging port with Tata logo embedded right in the center. This is similar to what you've seen in the Punch EV, but here you can control it electronically. However, this does not get locking mechanism. If the car is locked, anyone can come out and open it by your hand. So moving on to the sides, this is how the car looks from the side. It's pretty lengthy car because it measures over 4.2 meters in length, and you also get 18-inch alloy wheels, which again looks very nice. So these are of course aerodynamically designed, and this is wrapped up in 215/55 Goodyear EV specific tires. Few other details on the side include piano black finished wheel arches, door cladding and war VMs. You also get flush fitted door handles, which definitely helps in aerodynamics and also gives a good look to the car. One other small detail I liked in the car is that you get a small LED strip right in the center, which is a pretty nice detail. We've talked about the front side. The main talking point of the new Curvv is the rear design, which definitely looks pretty interesting. The rear design of the Curvv features a sleek and futuristic design. It incorporates a distinctive aerodynamic shape with sharp lines and a pronounced rear spoiler that enhances its sporty appearance. Few highlights in the rear include an LED strip that runs across the width, blacked out Curvv.ev badging in the center, piano black finish on the bumper with a scuff plate below. The overall styling does not only contribute to the car's visual appeal but also improves aerodynamic efficiency, which can enhance the performance and range of the EV. The EV also gets electronically operated tailgate, which can be opened in 3 ways. One is of course through this remote. All you have to do is hold it for 3 seconds and the boot opens up automatically. Other 2 ways is by gesture control, and you can also just press a button right here which opens up the boot automatically. The EV also gets 500 liters of boot space, which is pretty huge, and you also have small secret storage space right here in the left and also in the right. This boot space can also be increased by folding down the rear seats. That's not it. The car also gets a front trunk which has a pretty decent storage space. So we talked about how the new Tata Curvv EV looks on the outside. Now it's time to take a look on how the new Curvv looks on the inside. The overall interior layout of the new Curvv EV looks very similar to the Nexon and the Nexon.ev. In the center you have a floating 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system and a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster. You also get a 4-spoke steering wheel with an illuminated Tata logo in the center. This unit is very similar to the one seen in the Harrier and Safari. The dashboard feels solid and the quality feels good and premium. There are some areas where the plastic edges are quite sharp and the finish could have been a bit better. There's also excessive usage of piano black elements on the lower dashboard, center console and also on the new steering wheel. This will surely attract a lot of fingerprints and smudges. The Curvv EV also gets a touch sensitive panel as seen on other Tata cars. So this is to control air conditioning and other few features. This feels a little clumsy to operate and the response is a bit delayed. The center console houses a wireless charger, switch for the electric parking brake, small leather wrapped gear selector and also a rotary drive mode selector. All these feels premium and upmarket. However, there are no any cup holders and also the drive mode selector is a bit slow in its operation. The touchscreen infotainment system is very responsive, crisp and has a good resolution. It gets wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, connected CarTech, voice commands with multiple languages and also arcade.ev as seen on the punch.ev. It consists of multiple apps which includes YouTube, games, OTT apps like Amazon Prime, Netflix and more. Talking about the digital instrument cluster, the resolution is great and the operation is very smooth. It puts out various information such as power flow, histogram, information from your phone and much more. It also displays really useful navigation. In terms of features, the Curvv EV comes packed with bells and whistles. It gets a panoramic sunroof, air purifier with AQI display, 360-degree camera, auto headlamps with wipers, electric OVM and auto dimming IRVM, leather upholstery, ventilated 6-way adjustable front seats, 2-step rear seat recline function, cooled glove box, front and rear 45-watt Type-C fast charger, 320-watt 9-speaker JBL sound system and the list goes on. We all know that Tata cars are known for their safety standards. Safety features include 6 airbags, electric parking brake with auto hold function, hill start and descent assist, ESP, a blind spot monitor and level 2 ADAS features. The Curvv EV also gets an unique sound alert up to speeds of 20 kph to warn the pedestrians. The front seats are very comfortable and offer good comfort. There's ample knee room, headroom and legroom. Now let's move to the rear seats. The rear doors open wide despite the sloping roofline, which means getting in and out isn't a difficult task at all. The rear seat is designed to accommodate 3 people, but 2 people can sit very comfortably, and it also gets a center armrest with cup holders and rear AC vents. My height for reference is 5'10" and the front seat is adjusted for my driving preference. I have ample knee room and there's also good amount of headroom as well despite the low roofline. However, taller occupants might find the underthigh support and headroom inadequate. Overall, the rear seats are comfortable and the cushioning is on point. Now let's talk about the battery pack and range. The Curvv EV gets 2 battery pack options, a 45 kW and a 55 kW unit. The standard variant with a 45 kW battery pack has a claimed MIDC range of 502 km. In real world, you can expect up to 400 km. The 55 kW variant gets a 585 of MIDC range, and in real world again, you can expect up to 450 to 500 km. Talking about the electric motor, the 55 kW units puts out 167 HP of power and the 45 kW units puts out 150 HP of power, with both motors producing same 215 Nm of torque. Tata claims that the 55 kW variants can sprint from 0 to 100 kph in just 8.9 seconds. The battery can be charged from 10 to 80% in just 40 minutes using a 70 kW fast charger. The battery can also get up to 150 km of charge in just 15 minutes. Before we move on and talk about the driving experience and comfort, please make sure to like this video and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click that bell icon to get a notification whenever we upload a new video. So how does the new Curvv EV perform in real world? We drove the long range variant with a 55 kW battery pack which puts out 167 HP of power and 215 Nm of torque. Driving the Curvv EV is quite an unique experience. It gets 3 drive modes: Eco, City and Sport. In Eco mode, the throttle response is a bit linear and is very well balanced. Shift to drive, lift your foot off the brake pedal and the car crawls forward slowly like any other EV. This is something which you really appreciate in heavy traffic conditions where you can drive with just one brake pedal. Also, Eco mode is something you want to be in when you want to extract the most range of the new Curvv EV. There's not a much of difference between the City mode and Eco mode. The acceleration is slightly improved and it also strikes a good balance between power and economy. The Coupe EV feels most energetic in Sport mode with the sharpest throttle response. Put your foot flat to the floor and watch the traction control light flashing on the cluster. This does not also get switchable traction control, which means the traction control is always on. The Coupe feels quick and the moment you step on the pedal, it picks up speed with intent. Triple digit speeds come up before you know it. Sport mode is something you engage when you really want to have fun. However, this could eat up your battery pretty quickly, So engage this only when you have to. It also gets 4 levels for regenerative braking and it can be adjusted via the steering paddles. Level 0 has no regeneration at all. On levels 1 and 2, it feels the most natural when you coast. If you engage level 3, it enables maximum regeneration and it's pretty aggressive. You can use this for one pedal driving, but it also gets an inbuilt creep function, which means the car will never come to a complete halt. You will have to use the brakes to bring the coupe to a complete stop. Talking about the NVH, the cabin is pretty silent and there are no jerks, no vibration, as this is an electric car. The only sound coming is a faint whine from the electric motor, which is pretty nice to hear. Now let's talk about the comfort and handling. Handling is one of the most strongest point of the new Curvv EV. The car just handles beautifully. It also gets 50-50 weight distribution and the ride comfort is also surprisingly very good. The soft dampers have made the ride more planned and supple, and as expected, the suspension is a bit stiff due to extra weight of the battery pack. As mentioned before, the handling is pretty impressive and the balance between ride and handling is pretty much spot on. We did push the car around corners and still it had a controlled body roll. The grip from the tire is pretty good and it comes equipped with wide 215 section tires. The chassis also offers very good dynamics and as a result, the Curvv EV is a vehicle that you can throw around corners and have a lot of fun. The electric steering wheel is light at city speeds and weighs up sufficiently as the speed increases. Now it's time to answer the most important question. Should you buy the new Curvv EV? Well, if you're in the market to buy a new electric SUV, the Curvv EV is definitely a brilliant option. Why? It has stunning coupe design which sits well at the intersection of sedan and an SUV. This is a huge draw for buyers looking to stand out in the crowd, and I am telling you, this car turns heads wherever it goes, and it has a brilliant design. With starting price of rupees 17.99 lakh, the Curvv EV is one of the most affordable coupe electric SUVs in the Indian market you can buy right now. The car looks very good, it looks unique, it's comfortable, it has decent range, it has good set of unique features, it's fun to drive, and all these factors make the Curvv EV a very good car. Well, there's no doubt that Tata Motors has another winner on their hands. However, there are a few nips and niggles that Tata Motors really needs to fix. It has inconsistent panel gaps, a bit of quality issues on the interior as well. The car also does not get a lockable charging port. Well, thank you for watching the video. Please do like this video and also subscribe to our channel. If you have any queries, please put it down in the comment box. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.